pour être ici avec nous aujourd'hui. It's a real pleasure to be here. And first, thanks so much to our hosts here at Happy Goat. You know, this is a coffee shop near the University of Ottawa campus that actually employs international students. And it's a really a great pleasure to be here with the team at Happy Goat today to share what I think is some important news for an important economic policy that's going to help address the labor shortage. You know, international students are, in my view, enrich and contribute to Canada in so many different ways. They help diversify Canadian communities and schools. They help combat the demographic trend of our aging population and help grow our economy. Many are also part of our labor force who gain valuable Canadian work experience when they study and help businesses grow who are in search of talent. You know, across Canada, one of the top things I've heard over the last number of months when I talk to businesses or players in the Canadian economy is that you can't walk down any main street without seeing a help wanted sign in the window. We've had an extraordinary economic recovery from the depths of the COVID-19 pandemic. And what we've seen is that Canada has bounced back as strong as any economy in the world. We've seen GDP has bounced back well above pre-pandemic levels. We see that about 115% of the jobs that were lost during the pandemic have been recovered. And we have about the lowest rate of unemployment, not just since the beginning of the pandemic, but in Canada's history, since we started keeping track of those statistics more than half a century ago. Despite this economic success, we're still dealing with an economy that just a few months ago had nearly 1 million jobs that were available, and businesses have been trying to fill those jobs. Nous faisons face à des graves pénuries de main-d'œuvre partout au pays. Nos employeurs ont la difficulté à trouver et à conserver les travailleurs nécessaires en cette période de reprise économique et de croissance, et l'immigration a un rôle à jouer pour combler ces besoins. That's why today I'm announcing that we're adding another important measure to help fight against Canada's widespread labor shortages, while also continuing to support international students. Beginning on November 15th until the end of 2023, we're lifting the limit of 20 hours per week that eligible students are allowed to work off campus while studying. This means that more than 500,000 international students who are already here in Canada are going to be eligible to work more if they choose to do so. This change is going to help sustain Canada's post-pandemic growth and provide a boost to thousands of employers looking to add to their staff for the upcoming holiday season, particularly in sectors that are facing the most severe labor shortages. It's also going to give many post-secondary students a greater opportunity to support themselves, to gain work experience in Canada, and in many instances actually in their field of study as well. I want to share some details as well about some changes we're making to study permit extensions. This year, by the end of August, just to get a sense of what the volumes are that we're dealing with, we've processed more than 452,000 study permit applications. During the same period in 2021, which is actually the all-time record before this year, we processed 367,000 applications in the same period. It's clear that we're speeding up this processing, but we know that we can do even better as more international students set their sights on Canada as a top destination. So today we're also announcing a new pilot program that's going to help automate the processing of applications to extend study permits. The approval rate for study permit extensions is consistently very high. We're talking 96% this year, 97% last year. So it's an ideal group to pilot a new idea that will automate study permit extension applications. Ces projets pilotes seront lancés auprès d'un petit groupe de demandeurs qui commençaient à voir leurs demandes traitées beaucoup plus rapidement. Les demandes qui ne sont pas automatiquement approuvées seront entièrement examinées par un agent, car seul un agent peut refuser une demande. I just want to be absolutely clear. There will be absolutely no application that could be automatically refused, only automatically approved through this measure. IRCC officers are the only people who can refuse applications. We do not have the ability for the system to do that without a human being actually performing the task. And this pilot's actually going to free up our officers to focus their efforts on more complex applications and continue to help reduce immigration backlogs. Si ce projet pilote réussit, il nous aidera à réduire nos délais de traitement globaux ainsi que nos arrières, permettant à nos clients d'obtenir plus rapidement les services qu'ils attendent et auxquels ils ont droit. L'amélioration de services pour tous les clients qui accèdent aux services du gouvernement du Canada est pour nous une priorité absolue en ce moment, et les étudiants étrangers ne font pas exception. Today's announcement builds on certain measures we've shared previously. including an announcement that we made at the beginning of August for postgraduate work permit holders whose permit has expired or was soon to expire. Now, foreign nationals whose permit expired or will expire between September 20th of last year and December 31st of this year can continue to work in Canada for an additional 18 months. Eligible foreign nationals who are currently in Canada can also work while they wait for a new permit or for their permit to be extended. Again, to give you a sense of the scale, that policy change helped ensure about 93,000 individuals who studied in Canada could continue to stay and work. The people who've gone through our education system make extraordinary contributions to our economy, and in my view, make tremendous candidates for permanent residency. Les étudiants étrangers procurent au pays d'énormes avantages sociaux, culturels et économiques lorsqu'ils choisissent d'étudier dans un établissement canadien. Alors que de plus en plus d'étudiants recommencent à voyager à l'étranger pour leurs études, nous voulons que le Canada demeure une destination de choix. International students make extraordinary social, economic, and cultural contributions to our country. They contribute billions of dollars to the Canadian economy, fill key gaps in the labor shortage. And in my view, we need to continue to do more to promote the international student program. Over the years, there have been many requests to lift the 20-hour limit on off-campus work, and removing this limit temporarily over the next year is going to help us see the effects. Au fil des ans, il y a de nombreuses demandes pour lever la limite de 20 heures imposée pour le travail hors campus. La suppression temporaire de cette limite nous permettra d'en voir les effets. Nous ne voulons pas que les étudiants donnent la priorité à leur travail plutôt que leurs études, mais nous souhaitons qu'il soit une mesure de compenser certaines de leurs dépenses. We don't want students to prioritize their jobs over their studies, but we do want them to be able to offset some of the expenses. We also want to give them the opportunity to make connections to employers while they complete their program to potentially give them opportunities to stay after the program of study is complete. The study permit extension pilot is going to help us ensure that officers spend more of their time reviewing complex applications, leaving the straightforward applications to be approved through an automated process. If this pilot is successful, we're going to expand the automation process to include more and more of our clients who are applying for a study permit extension. These measures are going to help us speed up processing and reduce wait times for our clients. They're also going to give students more flexibility while they work hard on their studies and help employers find more staff to fill labor shortage. This is a win-win from my perspective. With unprecedented interest in Canada from applicants all over the world, we need to make sure that our immigration system is ready to deliver for them. We've been taking several measures to improve client service by streamlining and modernizing our process over the past year. And with today's announcement, we're going to make sure that the people who are coming to Canada have an opportunity not just to support themselves, but to help contribute to a growing economy. This is a good news day, not just for international students, but for Canadian businesses and the Canadian economy. Thank you so much. Merci tout le monde. It's a pleasure to be here with you.